Well, the home of the Whopper debuted back all the way in 1957, but you wouldn't know it these days. Burger King has recently put its faith in a new generation of young, ambitious leaders, led by a 33-year-old who's learned to make a Whopper in under 35 seconds. That is pretty impressive, and the plan appears to be working. Burger King has become a virtual money machine, opening more than 1,400 new stores in 2012. It is the cover story of the latest edition of Bloomberg Business Week on newsstands today, and I'm joined by the story's author, Bloomberg Business Week's Devin Leonard. It was a great article, really eye-opening. I had no idea, and I love covering the food companies. How did a 33-year-old get to be CEO? What was the thought process there?
Well, the kids have taken over. I mean, what's the world coming to? You
have a 33-year-old
come on. CEO in charge of Burger King.
Which I should point out, the average age of an incoming CEO in the S&P?
53, right.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, so how did he get it?
Well, he's a guy who he went to Cornell, he grew up on Long Island, and he spent about a decade on Wall Street, and he wound up working for 3G, the Brazilian private equity firm, and this is sort of out of their playbook. They put young people in top positions in the companies that they buy, and I guess he's sort of set the record. I mean, he was 32 when he was.
And his team also are in their late 20s or late 30s. I mean, the whole management team, really.
Yeah, well, the CFO is younger than Britney Spears, 28 years old, Josh Kobza.
That actually says a lot. Is it actually working? I mean, it's fun to talk about how young he is and like invigorating a new strategy, but if you take a look at, say, comp sales compared to Wendy's or McDonald's, or perhaps stock performance.
Yeah. Well, their first quarter same-store sales beat McDonald's, and they basically 3G bought this company for $4 billion. It's now worth $9 billion, so more than $9 billion market cap. So you tell me. Do you think that's? I'd say that's working.
It appears to be working, but is part of that also in terms of, say, their stock price due to the fact that they're potentially going to refinance debt and then use that money? It's sort of an ancillary point, not necessarily that Burger King is growing.
Well, no. I mean, Burger King is growing, like McDonald's, like Wendy's. Everybody's having a tough time in North America. But one of the things that Burger King's done, and Daniel Schwartz, the CEO, has been, he sort of orchestrated all these deals. But they found all these franchisees in other countries and money people, and basically they're growing overseas, even though North America's kind of flat. And it's the foreign financiers who are putting up the money. So it's really not on their dime.
Now, part of the criticism for Burger King is it's hard to see how the company's going to grow because their actual stores that Burger King owns are reduced to something like 52, and it's mostly just a franchisee's operation. What did you find in your research?
Well, just like I said, I mean, the growth is really happening overseas, and somebody else is paying for it. And I think in America, people aren't as interested in eating burgers, but in other countries, American hamburgers are still, considered, something of novelty. And look what they're talking about in France. I mean, they're getting stopped in the airport by people saying, where's the Burger King? Because they see Josh Kobza walking around with a Burger King logo. So I don't know. You're going to argue with the French?
So basically, we're going to get less U.S.-centric and focus more on overseas Burger King. All right. Well, it's good to know. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Bloomberg Business Week's Devin Leonard. And do not miss the latest edition of Bloomberg Business Week, available on newsstands or download on your mobile device. It's a great article. I really enjoyed it.